Here's Nate Kreckman and Andy Lindahl.
Oh, let's get it back. University of Denver has a new head men's basketball coach. He comes to us from Stanford, and he joins us right now here. It is Jeff Wulbrun. Jeff, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Thank you, man. I'm doing great, man. I'm thrilled to be here at the University of Denver and in this great city of Denver.
Well, let's start there, Jeff. Why the University of Denver? Why is this the program you wanted to make the leap for?
We talk to recruits a lot in the recruiting process about fit. And, is it the right academic fit for recruits? Is it the right playing style? Is it the right head coach? And the same thing is true for head coaches, I think. You've got to go into an institution that's a right fit for you. And I had a great job at Stanford. I worked for a guy that I recruited out of high school. I've known for 28 years and had a ton of responsibility. We recruited well. We had great success. But when the University of Denver job came open, I was sitting next to my wife, and I said, this one's it. This is the one I want. And it's the one I want because I've really enjoyed being with representing a prestigious academic institution. I love my time at Stanford, and certainly the University of Denver is a great, very prestigious academic institution. It's an institution that embraces the student-athlete model. It's an institution that I can recruit high-integrity, high-character kids who chase excellence in all they do, not just trying to be great basketball players, but great students, great teammates, great brothers, great sons. And I've always enjoyed that. And I thought this was an institution where I could do that. I thought University of Denver was a place that I could have a really strong culture with great core values. And I'll tell you, from a basketball standpoint, I really think as a head coach, you're either a builder or you're a sustainer. And my stops in my coaching career have always been where we've had to rebuild the program. Every one of them, from back my first stop in college at Cal Berkeley to Illinois State to UAB to Stanford, we built those programs up and we got them to a high level of success in a relatively short period of time. So the challenge, that's the challenge that appealed to me. And quite honestly, here at Denver, even more so because we've got a chance to do something that's never been done here. And that's my pitch to recruits. Like, you've got a chance to come to the University of Denver and compete for Summit League championships and NCAA berths. And you know what? It hasn't been done before. And you can attach your name to that level of success. And that will tie you together with your teammates and your coaches for the rest of your life.
Jeff, is it a challenge when you're not in a true college town? You guys are smack in the middle of a huge metropolitan city, unlike Palo Alto, where you come from. Covered a few games out there. Lovely city, a lot of fun. You talked about Cal Berkeley. Again, you guys are both close to San Francisco, right? But kind of have your own neck of the woods there. That's sort of like Boulder here. Is it a challenge when you come to a school that doesn't really have its own town around it, or does that make it more exciting for you?
You know what? I think both at Cal and Stanford, it's the San Francisco Bay Area, and you could say that we were in a pro sports town. The Golden State Warriors in basketball and the Giants and the A's in baseball and so on. But what happens when you're successful? People take notice, and it's a major metropolitan market. And if we have success and this begins to turn into a great story, gosh, I think people will come out and support. I've been just floored by the amount of support from the University of Denver alumni, from the administration here, from the donors. It's been great. I really think that they're just waiting for this program to take off. And I think the fans and the following, will certainly follow.
Talking to Jeff Wulbrun, new men's basketball coach over at the University of Denver. Jeff, we just watched Baylor win a national championship. When Scott Drew took over that program, things were a little bit bleak. Obviously, the circumstances not exactly the same because nothing is the same as what those circumstances were. But DU 2-19 last season, just rough go of it. This is the program you are taking over. What is to be taken away in terms of program building? Because this is not going to happen overnight.
Yeah, there are multifaceted components that have to change. And as important as your offensive scheme or your defensive scheme is, I really think it's the culture that you build here. You know, and we started workouts with our team this week for the spring workouts, and you know, I'm trying to instill upon the team, man, you got to think like champions, you got to act like champions before you can be champions. And you know, it's not just taking care of yourself; it's investing in not only in yourself, but investing in your teammates, investing in the program. So I would say that the culture part of it is the most important component. And it's something that you can work at and improve on a daily basis. But any successful basketball program certainly has a strong culture. And, you know, the kids who are in the program, things didn't go well for them last year. So it's getting them to think differently. It's getting them to invest in the program at a higher level, invest in themselves at a higher level. And, you know, you come in here and as a head coach, you've got to raise the standards, raise the expectation, raise the demands, and we will have a program built on discipline and accountability for sure.
Jeff, what do you think of the prep scene around here that you come into? Because I guess one of the clear advantages I think you'd have, it's going to be real easy for you to go out and catch a high school game, right? There's numerous high schools right in the immediate area around the DU campus. But what do you think of this prep scene? Colorado maybe not always known for all of its basketball players, but certainly has produced a lot of gems. Your thoughts on the local scene?
Yeah, we can't wait to get out. As soon as the COVID restrictions ease up and we can get out recruiting, our first bit of business will be to get out and meet all the local coaches and stop by the schools and just introduce ourselves, talk to them about what my philosophy is, what we represent, what type of program we plan on building here at the University of Denver. And you've got to do a great job in your backyard. And that's our first piece of business. And maybe one of the areas that we can work on is, you know, our summer camps, have team camps and invite all the local schools in and get to know the head coaches and build a strong relationship with those coaches. So that's our first priority. But certainly at the University of Denver, you have a national footprint because you're dealing with such a prestigious academic school. So you have the ability to attract kids from around the country and even internationally. I think that's an important component too. You know, we have 1,200 international students here at the university. We have alumni from 145 different countries. So, and while that's an important component, I will tell you, never in the history of college basketball have we been in a situation like we're in now with a portal. And over 1,200 kids in the portal looking to transfer. You've got undergraduate possible transfers. You've got graduate students. So I guess I would tell you this is probably the best time it's been to rebuild a program.
Well, and you mentioned the portal right there. Your top three scorers from a season ago at DU all entered the portal. Two of them have already found schools to transfer to. What about the other side of that? How many transfers are you hoping to bring in right away, and how much will you use that as a big part of building this program?
Yeah, I think it's a component that you have to use. We need kids who will come in here and be significant contributors next year. As of now, we have 6 scholarships available. So I'm losing my voice a little bit. It's because I've been on the phone so much talking to recruits. But that's the portal is a component of it, and it's it's not all high school kids. It's not all undergraduate or graduate transfers, but you at every place I've been, we've had a little bit of a different recipe in putting it together, and you want success to happen early, but you don't want to compromise your standards and your principles and your values to make it happen. So we'll certainly make sure that the kids are good fits academically here. Kids will do well and succeed academically, and then a good fit for my culture and a good fit for my style of play.
Jeff, I got to ask you before we let you go, and we appreciate the time, just as a coach, any empathy for what Gonzaga went through only to lose it in the final game? Or, I mean, like, how hard would that be if you were in the same situation? I can't imagine going the whole season without a loss and then giving it up at the end right there. It's got to be gut-wrenching, doesn't it?
Mark Few has done just an incredible job with that program, and I've known him a long time, and quite honestly, I was pulling for him I really respect what he's done, and he is a man of integrity and runs a great program there. I don't know. I think if you get that far, whether you have 0 losses or you've lost a few times, it's got to be just gut-wrenching to get that close, to the national championship, and in Gonzaga's case, having been there before, to fall just short. But at the moment, I'm sure it's hard to keep in a context that you've had just a historical basketball season. One of the best ever. What is it, since 1976? It's been since we've had an undefeated champion, I think, in Indiana. But so close. But I'm sure while they just fell short, they'll look back with just tremendous fondness on what they experienced this season in time.
Well, hey, Coach, you got a team from your league that was just in the Sweet 16. So it certainly is something that can be done at the University of Denver. We want it to happen very, very badly. It'd be a lot of fun. Neither Andy nor myself are DU alums, but I am married to a DU alum. I would love to get down to Magnus, have that place rocking. Coach, go kick some butt and build us a winner, man.
Hey, thank you. Thrilled to be here. Thanks for having me on the show, and I hope I'm a repeat guest of yours.
That'd be fun. Jeff Wulbrun, head coach, University of Denver. Yeah, Earl Roberts in the Sweet 16. That could be DU. That could easily be DU. Let's get this thing cranking a little bit.